What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's video, as you can see from the picture here, we're going to be going over the various differences between TSX headlights, and this is going to be from 04 to 05, or the 04 to 08 generation, the CL9, CL7. So as you can see, this is the big daddy here of headlights. Before we get to there, we're going to start with the 04 to 05 USDM. So the main thing that you'll see here is that the reflector is a kind of a dark amber. This is a EPA kind of safety regulation we have here in the States to have amber in our headlights. So another thing you'll notice is that the turn signal light, which is right there, is also amber. So when you flick on your indicator, that'll flash there. Just going to give you guys some more look around to the headlights. Unfortunately, this came off of a crashed TSX I had, and the headlight tab was broken off. So let me flip the light on its side here, and you'll notice that on the bottom here we have a little hole, and that's for your igniter that's attached to your HID ballast to go through this little hole here. If you have halogen headlights, which comes on many cars in the, or all TSXs in the UK, I believe, have halogen headlights, so this will just be blocked off. You'll still have the mounting points for the HID brackets, or not the HID ballast, but you won't have this little hole here. Now you'll notice that the distance between here and just pretty much the difference between 04 to 05 and 06 to 08 is that 06 to 08 has a smaller HID ballast. So if you try to mount your 04 to 05 ballast on a 06 to 08 headlight, the ballast will just be too big and extend overneath or over top of the brackets, and you'll just not be able to do anything with that. Solution to that would be, of course, to sand down all of these brackets. Kind of, I wouldn't say you should poke a hole through the housing here, but you can use like double-sided tape, or you can mount the ballast to the actual chassis. That's one way of getting around it. But to me, I just sell the ballast I'd have and buy the proper ones for the headlights, because you get into a lot of problems with, if you want to resell them, they would be set for those ballasts that you made. So this is a little kind of a wrap around in the back here. We don't have headlight adjusters like some of the other, well, I mean, this is a headlight adjuster, I'm sorry about that. Which you'd use a kind of a bracket, or not a bracket, what am I saying? You use a, what is that, a 10 or an 8 millimeter socket to adjust your headlights. You know, one direction to aim it up and one direction to aim it down. And I'll show you on the next headlight that the foreign cars that are not USDM have a little switch, or not a switch, but like kind of a, what's the word for it? Kind of like a little button in their cabin by their instrument panel, and that they can adjust the switches or the headlights manually by like flicking it up and down. Way you could tell you have a USDM headlights is that it'll say A1 here, and I'll show you in the other headlights what those say. But A1 stands for American. At least I think that's what it stands for. I mean, it'd make the most sense. Sorry about this angle here. Just gonna move this out of the way. Okay, so here's to the big daddy here. This is the one that everybody wants. And I received this headlight from a friend who unfortunately got his broken, and he's like, you know what, you can have it if you want to do like a retrofit process on this in the future. You're more than welcome to have this spare headlight that I have no use for. One thing I forgot to show you on the other headlight is that a way you can definitely know you have OEM headlights is that they'll say Honda right there. Yeah, it says that on the other headlight as well. So, yep, that is the #1 way to tell that you have authentic headlights, Honda headlights. It'll say Honda right there. Now looking at this, I forgot to mention something in the taillight video, in the previous video, that I'll just say right now. If you have a TSX and it says Depot on the bottom instead of Stanley, that means you have a aftermarket taillight. These are of course made by Stanley as well, but you know, on the taillights it's more common to have a Depot versus Stanley. I know on my car I had a driver's side Depot and rest Stanley for some reason. Back to headlights. there's a version of this headlight as well that has depot on it, and you'll see that down here it'll say depot. Pretty much there's like no real difference. I mean, these are authentic OEM headlights, supposed to depot being kind of like not really replicas. I guess you could say it's a replica, but I mean that's kind of the headlight of choice for the lower, or not, I won't say lower end budget, but people who want to spend less on a headlight, because I know $500, $600 for headlights is a lot of money. And the depots usually run $250 to $300. So this is the main thing here that everybody's after, and this is the kind of bluish clear reflector. And this is kind of what sets off a lot of bills. You know, if you have these headlights, you're kind of, you know, you're just kind of stunning right there. Another thing, if you notice on the other TSX headlight, is that your indicator reflector is orange, but on these foreign headlights, they are clear. So when you turn on your turn signal, the orange bulb will flash inside the clear reflector housing. Going back here, the main difference you'll see here is that this is the headlight adjuster I was talking about. There's kind of like a little assembly that goes up into the car, and you could flick the switch up and down to adjust the headlight levels. These are pretty cool. I wish we had this in the USDM cars. And as you can see here, this says J7, Japanese 7. I'm not sure what the 7 means. I guess a J is Japanese and 7 is CL7. Give me more insight here. This headlight does not have projectors or lenses in it. Previous owner took them out. He probably needed them for another set. And just gonna flip on the bottom here. Another thing you'll see here is that the mounting point for the ballast is a lot smaller from the other one I just showed you. Yeah, so if you want to put an 04 to 05 ballast on an 06 to 08 headlight, it just won't fit properly. It'll hang over, and that's not good. That's pretty much it for this headlight. Just gonna give you guys one more shot. Man, that is one beautiful looking headlight. Okay. Oh god. I hit my box of headlights behind me here with that. This is a headlight that you'll be seeing a lot of. This is a 04 to 05 JDM headlight. This one's from Japan, but all the other Cords non-USDM cars come with this headlight. I don't know if I mentioned it for the other headlight, but the other one I just showed you is an 06 to 08 JDM. This is an 04 to 05 JDM. And you'll notice, let me just bring this back in and get a direct comparison. So this is 06 to 08, and that's 04 to 05. You'll see the clear reflector, the amber turn signal light, and the housing. I believe that, I don't know if it's just how foggy the lenses are, but these ones are a bit darker, I should say, kind of a black chrome. So let's move this out of the way again. Don't hit my box again. Okay, back to these. So these are 04 to 05 JDM. Like I said, the clear kind of white reflector and the amber center is what really sets it off there. And you'll also see that these, if I can focus on it, these say Honda as well, so you know they're OEM. And going back here, this says J something. I don't know. It wore off over the years of it being on the car, but J. There you go. You'll notice on this headlight there's the same adjuster, the bolt, and not a big kind of like module there that adjusts it automatically. You'll see that these have not been opened in a while, and I still have the original ballast on them. So this is a 04 to 05 ballast. Like I said, this is a lot bigger. The 06 to 08 is like kind of this smallish, I'd say. Yeah, definitely a smaller ballast, because it definitely does not line up. And that's pretty much it really for the differences between the headlights. I know there's a lot more like minuscule differences, but those aren't the ones that kind of help you determine whether or not you'll buy a headlight over another one. Let's bring all of them back into the shot again. Let's get one final picture of all of them together. Move my foot out the way. And here you go. So you have USDM, 0405 JDM, and 06 to 08 JDM. I'm sorry I don't have a 06 to 08 USDM to do the full comparison of all three headlights, but hopefully this will do, and hopefully I've been able to teach you guys a lot of information if you didn't know. So yeah, it's a quick wrap up here. Your OEM headlights will always say Honda here. Other ones will say Depot or not even have anything there. And I should tell you right now, I am I wouldn't say an enthusiast because that's kind of messed up. I mean, not really an enthusiast, but I like my car to be OEM 100% the way. I don't like replica stuff on my car. And OEM lights, spending the extra for OEM, it just kind of makes me have more peace of mind. If you're building a show car on a budget, not to offend anyone, hopefully I'm not offending anyone by saying this, the depots or the unnamed headlights will be frequently used on those types of builds. As you can see here, I have one of the Big Daddy OEM headlights, and just that kind of sets off a build if you have all OEM parts. You know, I guess I'm just rambling on here. Hopefully it's not too I didn't offend anyone, but you know, if you spend your extra money on the OEM stuff, you'll enjoy it and it'll last longer than the cheap eBay fish cake unnamed brand depot headlights. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video there. Hope I was able to tell you guys and give a little bit of information out to people who are new to the community and have not experienced this stuff, because I know when I first joined, it took me about 2 to 3 years to learn all the stuff that I didn't know now. So I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a good one, everybody.